chosen ones, empaths. You see, when we compare us and a narcissist, you've got to really take into an account that we're cut from a different cloth. They don't think like us. They don't operate like us. Their whole circuitry is totally different. We're dealing with walking, talking devils. They envy what we have going for us in our lives. You see, they study us very well. Narcissists study the empath, the chosen one, and they resent our successes. And it's why they aim to cause us pain. You've got to understand that everything that they dish out towards us, every little inkling thing that they dish out towards us, is merely a projection of their own suffering within inside themselves. You see, we're cut from a totally different cloth, and they envy this. They can't stand the fact that we're different, that we've been chosen by God. You know, we've been blessed to have the analytical side of viewing things, the way that we endeavor in our own pursuits in life, you know, our own passions, our own hobbies, everything that we have going for us. They resent this, and it's why they try to tear us down. They always try to tear us down because they want us miserable, right? That's what you've got to understand about the essence of the narcissist. Misery loves company, and they want you miserable like they are. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It will take 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. But if you take this into an account, right, that you're dealing with a devil, you're not dealing with a human being, you're not dealing with someone who thinks like you. A lot of the mistakes that we make is we believe that they think like us, you know, just because they look human, just because they can talk our language, so to speak. They don't actually talk in our language. They don't even function in our reality. They're not part of our tribe of people. You see, there's a big difference, right, between a chosen one of God and a chosen one of the devil. There's a big difference in our genetic makeup, right? Like you've heard me probably say before, in the prefrontal cortex of the brain of the narcissist, they don't have empathy. We have empathy, right? And it's the main driving force behind why we have good nature. We're wired that way. We're wired to be kind. We're wired to be courteous. We're wired to be this way. This is all the higher grand scheme of things. This has all been predestined from before we was even on earth. You see, these ones are the followers of the fallen angels. They're like fallen angels or followers of the devil. That's basically what they are. Whatever scripture reference you want to give it from, you know, religious scripture reference, whatever your doctrine is or whatever like that, just understand what I'm trying to get at here. I'm not talking about religion as such, but I'm trying to say these lot are from the enemy. They're from the dark side. They're from the negative side. And, you know, they're very jealous of the things that we have going for us in our life. So you have to take a bird's eye view approach when you're dealing with them, you know. So like if this was a relationship partner, for instance, you can't look at this person as your companion, your soulmate. You need to eliminate that from your consciousness. You need to cut it out like a lobotomy. They need to be removed. If this was a friend, you can't look at them as a friend, a companion. You need to cut that out of your mind like a lobotomy. You know, if this is a family member, same rules apply. You need to cut it out of your mind like a lobotomy. You can't view these people as people any longer. Those days are gone. The days are gone when you try to rationalize their actions from your empathetic point of view. You even need to kind of get narcissistic on them in a way. I'm not saying treat everyone like this, but when an empath goes supernova or a chosen one goes supernova, we'll take them out the game. And I'm not talking about violence here. I'm just talking about in the way that we mirror back what they do, the way that we, I believe in eye for an eye, but I don't believe we need to resort to violence with these individuals, because so many chosen ones and empaths who didn't awaken to the fact that they are chosen and they have empathetic abilities, and they thought they were just dealing with another human being, have acted out in lashes of anger and rage, and they've caused suffering to the person, but then it's backfired on them and they've ended up in a psych ward, or they've ended up in a prison or something like that. And it's the reactive abuse. This is why I've made a video on reactive abuse if you want to check that out. Reactive abuse, I'll just sum it up quickly, is they do stuff to you, right? They antagonize you. They do whatever it is, whatever type of action it is, they're antagonizing you, right? And your reaction, when you react, they play victim. And then you get penalized for your reaction. And it's actually called reactive abuse. If you want to check it out in more thorough detail, look into my video on reactive abuse. If you just type Zai on reactive abuse, it should come up. Or you can look on maybe other websites or whatever about reactive abuse to get a better understanding as well, if you want to do that. But this is often what they function on, right? The moment that we lash out, that's why we don't need to do that, right? Remember, no contact is always the key. Not giving them any energy, not giving them any fuel, right, is the best way to operate with them, right? What I mean by eye for an eye is, if someone's come and harmed you, you need to just think cleverly and get them back in a certain way if you want to. But don't lash out with violence. Violence is never the answer. And I'm not trying to sound like a hippie here, or all free loving and stuff like that. But I'm trying to say there's a way around which you can get to them without putting we don't want to make our lives come to an end where we lash out on someone or we do something to someone and then we end up facing a penalization for it, right? So a lot of what we do happens naturally as empaths and chosen ones. If we're dealing with these in daily basis, we mirror a lot of what they do back to them. So they're suffering anyway. You've got to understand, karma's going to come and get them anyway. God's going to come and get them anyway for what they're doing. There's no debt that goes unpaid in the universe. No debt goes unpaid, right? And they're creating a debt, a huge debt. They're creating a huge debt of all of the bad things that they're doing on this earth. And you just need to trust in the God. You just need to trust in the plan of the Creator, the universe, however you want to look at it, right? The positive in the world. You need to trust in that. It's on your side. I know you might be suffering or going through it at the moment, but you need to understand and count your blessings that, I'm not a bully. I'm not someone who tries to cause upset in someone's life. I'm not like that. And everything that they're trying to dish on to me is a projection of how they feel with inside themselves. So therefore they are already suffering without me even lifting a finger, without me even doing anything in retaliation. They're already suffering, right? So if we want to chuck some wood to the fire, right, and make them burn up even more, we can chuck some wood to the fire. But we don't need to lash out, or we don't need to get involved in reactive abuse where we end up damaging our own lives and our own reputation. Because I've made the mistakes of where I've reacted, and I got suckered into the reactive abuse situation, right? And I used to get suckered into it, and I don't want any of you lot to fall to the same way I felt, right? I don't want any of you to fall to the same way that I felt, Okay, that's why I say I don't react in violence. Though I'm not saying I've done anything violent or anything, but I got suckered into reacting a certain way because I didn't know I was dealing with a narcissist. But if you don't know you're dealing with a narcissist, you're already steps ahead of them, right? So just trust in the plan of God, trust in the plan of the Creator, and understand that you are blessed to be the being you are, to have empathy, to have compassion, to have kindness, to have courteous, to be courteous. You're blessed to have all of that. So just understand we're cut from a different cloth to narcissists, and stop looking at them as human beings. Stop looking at them as a normal person. They're not functioning the same way as us. They're evil. They're very, very evil individuals. So anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and subscribe button. I wanted to say just before I close the video, I've got a personal friend of mine that has a fantastic art collection, and I'll add the link in the description box for his website. If you'd like to check it out, it's a fantastic art collection. I'm not getting any money here or anything like that from it. It's just, you know, sometimes I feel like maybe if you view some of the pieces of artwork, it might encourage some creativity from inside you, and understand that we can channel our energy into creative works of art and stuff like this, and kind of eliminate the negative stuff we're facing in life. And it doesn't just have to be art, but you might write a book, or you might do something else. And this is what I would say, that the best thing to focus on is focusing on your purpose, because the narcissist tries to destroy you from your purpose. They try to limit you from achieving your purpose and your goals. So if you want to check out that website, I'll add the link in the description box, and maybe it might encourage you to get into art yourself, or you might be encouraged to do something, one of your own projects, or you might even want to pick up one of the pieces of art, because they are fantastic. They are really fantastic pieces of work. So anyway, I'll leave that in there. Thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you would like to donate to the channel, you can find the link in the description box. And if you would like a one-to-one session with myself, you can find the link in the description box. Anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.